Man, hold up, man. It's your girl Drea. Known for rocking kicks like Nikes and Adidas. Hold up, big baby. That's what I said. Steady on stock X, spinning on my bread.
Whoa there. Woo. Whoa there. Uh-huh. Okay, slow down. Uh-huh. Woo. Yeah. Uh-huh. Woo. Yeah. Whoa there.
Flight Squad.
This is God at his best. Create what you can't see.
Yes.
Was an egg in the nest. Took off as an eagle with a dream.
Okay.
Mind on Yahweh, anything else don't digest right. Sneak your head, the kicks got kicks. You don't want no smoke if you're laying out Christ. Icon, that's her in a nutshell. Focused on Christ and it goes well. That's why they still pulling on the coattail. People don't stay long like a hotel. Play the right call like you know well. This her wave at the boat sale. Christ paid her tab, ain't no sale.
Ooh, I have some wonderful dope kicks to show today. I'm excited about these because a lot of people weren't. And a lot of people slept on them, but I did not. And so I can almost guarantee that after I do this sneaker review, you're probably gonna want to go get them. That's just a personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm not. Here we go. What I have, obviously, from the box, you can tell what they are. They are none other than the Foamposites. These are they. These happen to be my favorite ones. I have quite a few Foamposites, but these are in my top 3. These are the Bachetta Foamposites. These were my favorites. I have been watching these for a minute when they dropped. They dropped probably over a year ago, maybe even more. And they only released the women's sizes. So let's go over this sneaker review real quick so we can get to the best part. And that is the fact that the Foamposites are probably, arguably, one of the most comfortable shoes to play basketball in. It really does kind of just fit your foot perfectly. I don't think that it's too heavy. It's not as heavy as quite a few other basketball shoes that I think I have played ball in. But these are super nice. I think the part that I love the most is this design, this paint splatter that's on the back. It's in this like green, Kelly green, and then like this cobalt blue stripe on the heel strap, as well as the tongue strap as well. It has the featured Penny Hardaway 1 cent logo on the top part, toward the top of the tongue, and then another added little piece of intricate detail is the lace caps. They are rose gold, which I think is super dope. Of course, it has the carbon fiber on the bottom of the shoe, and then it is enclosed or hugged on the bottom of the shoe with the icy bottom. So, I love it. It has the air zoom in the sole. Man, listen, this shoe is so attractive. A lot of people slept on this shoe. I did not, because I knew as soon as it came out. First off, I'm a fan of Vachetta 10, or Vachetta, however you say it, Vachetta, tomato. I'm in love with that, with the colorway. And then, you couple that with rose gold, and then the little accents of the green and the blue. It really just sets the whole shoe off. So yeah. So the foams were actually released in 1997 by the designer Eric Afar. There's 2 types of Foamposites. There is the Nike Air Foamposite 1 that has no swoosh, but it does feature the 1 cent logo, which happens to be on this particular shoe. And it's pretty much just a nod to his first name, which is Penny. And then there's the Air Foamposite Pro, And that one has the Nike swoosh on the side of the shoe. They said it took about 3 to 4 years for this concept to come about, and a lot of people just flat out didn't like it. The concept of the shoe came about this way. He said it best when he said there was this notion of what if you literally just dipped your foot in this liquid bath of material and it sucked around your foot, and what if you could go play basketball in that? And I would say that that is exactly what this shoe does. Not to mention with the zoom at the bottom, that really does add to the performance of your ability to play basketball. Eric describes the situation that's happening something like this. He was sitting in a room with Penny Hardaway trying to work on his next shoe that he wanted to release, and he said he had a bag of shoes. Eric said he was taking out the shoes, showing them to Penny Hardaway, really wasn't getting the response that he wanted. And he actually said that these actually ended up in the bag just because he just threw them in there, but he really didn't even think that Penny Hardaway would consider it. After more further review, I'm assuming Eric was about to get ready to, wrap up clothes shop, and Penny Hardaway actually happened to see these in a bag and asked and inquired about the shoes and said, "What are those?" Eric said that Penny Hardaway happened to see the shoe and was like, "I really love this. I want this to be my next shoe." So that just goes to show you how, whatever's meant to happen will happen. Eric said that he didn't even really consider this shoe, or didn't even think that Penny Hardaway would even look twice at this shoe, because he had allowed everybody's nays and no's and negative responses to this shoe to kind of get in his head and make him believe that this shoe wasn't even worth being in the running. So that's a real cool fun fact. Speaking of Penny Hardaway went to the University of Memphis. It's located in Memphis, Tennessee. Has about 21,000 plus students. It's known for its majors in business, psychology, management, any of the health professions, and liberal arts, interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary studies. That's just a fancy way of saying I don't know what I want to do yet. Speaking of being dipped, you know why I'm here. I come bearing the good news. Today's scripture is going to come from 2 Kings 5:14. Real simple story, but it packs a lot of power. So it's about a man named Naaman. Naaman was a very well-respected man. He worked closely with the king. He was pretty much, I guess you could say, the commander-in-chief of the army. There had been a girl that had been captured. She was from Samaria, and she was told to serve Naaman's wife. She told his wife about a prophet in Samaria that could heal him of leprosy. So yes, Naaman was respected. He was sick. And so Naaman's wife went and told Naaman, and Naaman took some money and some camels and whatever else, and he went to Samaria to find this prophet. When he arrived, Naaman had been met with a message from Elisha. And pretty much Elisha told him, "Go dip yourself in the Jordan 7 times. Naaman was offended because Elisha, one, didn't come up to him and greet him and tell him personally what to do. And also because Naaman felt like Elisha should be doing something more, like coming out, placing your hand over the areas that has the leprosy, and he'll be healed. And not only that, but Naaman was like, okay, there's other cleaner, better quality rivers that I could go wash myself in order to be healed. And so he was pretty skeptical about Elisha. Put a pin right there, because a lot of us seem to think that if a blessing doesn't come the way that we think that it should, or if God doesn't bless us the way that we think that he should, then whatever it is that we might be seeking may not come to pass, and that's simply not the case. If you just follow instructions and just do what the Lord has asked you to do, you will come to find that the Lord really does know better than us. That took me a while to understand, and to be honest, if I could just be extremely honest with you, I am still learning that, because a lot of times, I'm looking for God to come a certain way, and I'm looking for God to perform things a certain way. I think that the Lord, if he's going to do what he said he's going to do, he should do it this way. Oftentimes the Lord blows our minds, and he does what he does best. He just does him, and it would be beneficial, mutually beneficial, if we would just do what he's called us to do and just do us. And so, long story short, Naaman actually went after much resistance, much like this Foamposite, as Eric describes it. He went and he dipped himself in the Jordan 7 times, and he was healed. And so, like I said, man, I understand that a lot of us might be in a season where, you know, the Lord has revealed some things to us and we're just waiting for them to come to pass. That might be difficult for a lot of us. But if I could just encourage you to know that it may not look the way that you think that it should. But if you follow instructions, all Naaman had to do was go dip himself in the Jordan. And I kind of tried to tie both of these concepts together because that's how this model or this concept came to be. When Eric Avar, who's the designer of the Foamposite, said, what if there was this notion that if you dipped your foot in this material, that it would sculpt to your foot, and you could play basketball in that, giving you a very comfortable feel to be able to perform and to do the work of basketball. And it's the same thing when it comes to, you know, in this life. What if, you know, we just went and did what the Lord asked for us to do? Just like Naaman, he was told to go dip himself in the Jordan and he'll be healed. That's all I have for you. I really, really do hope that this episode blessed you. I understand that this is a very vulnerable season. I really want to take the time to just kind of speak about, just real briefly, about physical and mental health. Listen, around this time, a lot of people are affected due to the loss of loved ones, or whether they be hit with financial hardship, and it might be a bit difficult for them to enjoy this particular Christmas season. And I just really want to encourage you to know that you are not alone, that the Lord cares for you. He sees you, he hears you, and above all, he loves you and he cares for you. And so I just really want to let you all know that my heart goes out to those of you who might be experiencing hardship or heartbreak of some sort, regardless of whatever the issue or the reason why it may be. But just know that the birth of Jesus, while historically a lot of theologians and biblical scholars might be able to argue that this isn't the exact season that Jesus was born, all we simply do around this time is just simply acknowledge the birth of the one who saved our souls. I know that this is a sneaker video, but it's very serious to me, and I really hope that through these episodes that you will come to know Christ on a more intimate level, in a more practical way, in a way that the word will be able to easily be applied, applicable, or applicable, however you want to put it, to your life, because that's what it's meant to do. Do me a favor and please help me spread this gospel. Listen, there are so many people out there, man, who maybe do know about Christ, but maybe they haven't heard it this way. And so I really want you all just to help me push this. This isn't my agenda. I just need you to understand that. This is not my agenda. This is God's agenda, and I'm just trying to push that. If it were up to me, I probably wouldn't do this, but that's the thing. I think that's what makes this all the more worth it and all the more purposeful, is the fact that you need to know that I'm not doing this in and of my own power and strength. I don't have that, but what I do have is the gospel. And I have it in an unconventional, non-traditional way. And I really, really want to get it out there to more people. So, like, love, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit me up if you would like some merch or something, some marketing materials, so that I can give it to you, so that you can hand it out. If you want to book me, have me come out and speak about this, I will, I can. This is what I've been purposed to do, man. So help me spread this gospel.
Molded, rebuilt from the toes up. Kicks and a good word, but you can stay tuned for the best part.